Hello, and thank you for joining us in this jazz yoga session for the EFG London Jazz Festival. We are very happy that you're here, and we hope that you've enjoyed everything that the festival has had to offer so far. But if you've missed everything or anything, there's still time. So go to the website and you can catch up online. My name is Constanza.
My name is Shri. I'm a composer, a musician. I'll be improvising and exploring ideas around what Constanza is doing, yoga-wise, following the energy patterns, and it'll be music.
As I mentioned before, my name is Constanza, and I'm going to be your yoga instructor. It's a slow flow, so everyone's invited. Anyone can do it, all levels of experience, and it's just a very nice way of winding down your week, and also the EFG London Jazz Festival that is finishing tonight. Having said that, because everyone can take part, if you do need any props for the practice, please get them before we start. So if you need a block, take it. If you don't have a block, it's fine. Take a chair, take a stool, or set yourself by a wall in case you need some support. Have a pillow, perhaps, or a towel folded so you can place it under your knee. Also, I would recommend having a nice blanket for Shavasana so you can enjoy it, the fabulous music by Shri at the end, and you don't get cold. We hope you enjoy it, have fun, and remember it's your own practice, no one's watching, so do whatever you like. Come into a comfortable sitting position. You can be cross-legged, you can have one foot in front of the other. If you have trouble with this pose, feel free to have a block or a pillow under you so your sitting bones are slightly higher. If it's your knees or your pelvis, have pillows or blocks under your knees so you don't have to use any strength to hold them up. Try to find that sweet spot where your sitting bones are on the floor, your rib cage is on top of your sitting bones, and your shoulders above your rib cage so that your shoulders can just drop down by their own weight. Have your hands wherever is comfortable. Feel free to close your eyes if you need to, and just try to come to your own space, wherever that is. Try to focus on your breathing, because breathing is the most important part of a yoga practice. Some people like setting up an intention before you practice, some people don't. If that's you, please do so. And remember, enjoy your practice. This is for yourself. Give yourself 75 minutes to enjoy and explore your own body. On your next inhale, open your eyes if you have them closed. And on your exhale, hands by the side of your body. Some gentle breathing and stretching. So inhale, lift your arms all the way up towards the ceiling. Exhale, interlace your fingers and press up towards the sky. Take another inhale here, and exhale, you're going to fold. Sink your chest in, push the palms away from you, all the way down. Feel the extension at the back of your body. Inhale, lift all the way up. And exhale, hands by the side of your body. Once again, move slow with your breath. Inhale, lift all the way up. Exhale, interlace your fingers and press all the way up. Take an inhale. Exhale, sink your chest in and round from the back, finding the extension. Inhale, lift all the way up. Exhale, arms by the side of your body. One more. Inhale to lift. Exhale, interlace, extend. Inhale here. Exhale, sink your chest and push away. Stay here. Find the extension at the back of your shoulders, at the top of your spine. Relax your head. Feel free to move from side to side if that feels good. Make sure you haven't stopped breathing. On your next inhale, lift your arms all the way up. And exhale, release. We're going to twist. So inhale, lift your arms up. Exhale, right hand on the outside of your left knee or thigh. Left hand behind you. Take a little twist. Don't go too far. Inhale, lift your arms up. Exhale, opposite direction. Left hand to the outside of your right knee. Right hand behind you on the floor or on a block if you need to. Inhale to lift. Once again, on the exhale you twist, so use your breath. Move with breath, not without it. Inhale to lift. Exhale, twist towards the right. Try to keep your head in the center of your body. Try to twist from your spine and not just from your neck. Inhale, last one, this time we stay. Exhale, right hand on the outside of your left knee. Left hand behind you. Use your left hand to push the floor away so you're not sinking. Feel like you're spiraling out of your spine and not collapsing to one side. So keep your gaze in front of you and not down. On your next inhale, lift up. Exhale towards the right. Same as before, use your right hand. Push the floor so you're engaging your back to twist. You're not collapsing into the pose. Inhale, come into the center. And exhale, interlace your hands behind you. Take an inhale, squeeze your shoulder blades together, open your chest to the ceiling. Exhale, either stay here looking up and finding a stretch from the front, or if you have the space, feel free to fold forward. It doesn't matter how far forward you go. Try to relax your head though if you're going forward. If you fancy moving from side to side, again, be curious about the pose. See where it can lead you if that's where you're at today. Make sure you're breathing wherever you are. On your next inhale, lift all the way up. And exhale, release. We're going to side bend, so place your left hand on the floor. If you need a block or something higher, please do. Inhale, lift your right arm up. Find the extension if you're trying to reach the ceiling. Exhale, go sideways. Not forward, keep the side. Even slightly up towards the ceiling will help. Feel free to help yourself with your left hand. Take an inhale here, and exhale, bring your chest towards the floor. And feel as if someone was pulling your hand away from you and your right shoulder and your right hip on the opposite direction. Inhale, come back to your side bends, chest to the ceiling if you can. Exhale, come back to the center. Make sure that you're engaging your center when you move, don't collapse. Inhale, lift your left arm. Find the extension here already. And exhale, move towards the right. Again, if possible, look up towards the ceiling. Inhale, bring your chest slightly towards the floor. And once again, feel as if someone was pulling your hand away from you and this shoulder and your left hip in the opposite direction. Inhale, come back to your side bend. Exhale, engaging your center, come back in. Once again, inhale, lift your right arm up. Exhale, go towards the side. Same as before, try to look towards the ceiling. Inhale, chest towards the floor, find the pull. Inhale, come back to your side bend. Exhale, come back to center. Onto the right with your left arm. Inhale to lift. Exhale, side. Again, don't be afraid of using your right hand if you need support. Inhale here. Exhale, chest towards the floor. Feel the pull. Inhale, back to your extension. Exhale to the center. Last one, this time we stay. Inhale, lift your right arm up. Feel the pull up. Exhale, go sideways. And here, feel free to explore. You can stay just this one if you feel that you get more of a stretch, or you can move towards this one, or just move in between them if you feel that it's much better having some movement in the pose. When you're ready, inhale, come back into the extension unless you're already there. Exhale, come back to the center. Last side, inhale, lift your left arm up. Exhale, go towards the right. And again, find your pose. It doesn't have to be the same as on the other side. Perhaps one side is tighter on one direction than the other. Whatever you feel is good for you. When you're ready, inhale, come back to your side bend, and exhale to the center. Let's go on to all fours. Move slowly, there's no rush. Try to come into a position where your hands are under your shoulders and your knees are under your hips. If in doubt, try to bring more weight towards your hands than your knees. Just cat-cows. From here, inhale, arch a little bit and look up towards the ceiling. Try to bring your head to touch the back of your shoulders. Inhale, start pushing the ground away. Sink your chest in, curl your pelvis in and engage your glutes. Inhale to the opposite direction, go slow. Always move as if you were in a can of condensed milk. Inhale here, exhale towards the center. Push the floor, sink that chest in, find the roundness of your shoulders, engage your glutes. Last round, inhale, look all the way up, find the mobility of your spine. Exhale, push the ground, try to bring your body weight on your hands instead of your knees. Inhale, back to neutral. Let's do some rolls. So inhale towards the right, head and hips towards the right. Exhale, start pushing the floor, sinking your chest, relax your head. Towards the left. And start bringing your head, see if you can touch the back of your shoulders, give yourself a little massage. Go towards the right. And through the center. Towards the left. And all the way up. Change direction, so towards the left, head and hips. Remember, push the floor, don't sink. Really engage your glutes when you're down here. Head and hips towards the right. And last time, make sure that you're breathing. Left. Towards the center. Towards the right. And back to neutral. So we're going to start firing up the center of our bodies. So extend your left leg. It's easy for you to see me. Extend your left leg behind you. Make sure that it's not about lifting it from your lower back. It's about lifting it from the center. So it doesn't matter how high your leg is. Feel free to take your right hand off the floor if you need to. You can keep it down if you're wobbling too much. Push the floor regardless of what you're doing with the opposite hand. You're always pushing, always sinking, always focusing on the front of your body. If you're taking your hand in front of you, please do. Take an inhale here. Exhale, bring your knee and your elbow together. Engage from the front. You're still pushing against. Don't sink on your shoulder. Inhale, extend. Exhale, knee and elbow together. Remember, it's not about back bending and lifting the leg high. It's about focusing on the front. Inhale to extend. Exhale, bring them together. Push the floor, sink the chest. Inhale to extend. Let's go funky. Bring your right arm towards the right. Bring your left knee towards the left. Engage from your side. Really focus on the front. Inhale, go back into Superman. Exhale, arm to the right, left knee to the left. Really curl your pelvis. Find your glute here as well. Inhale, back to the center. Exhale, arm to the right, leg to the left. Sink, push, body weight forward if you can. Inhale, go back to Superman. Exhale, bring it back down. Other side, so extend your right leg. Focus, you're lifting the leg but keeping the front engaged. If you want to, your left arm goes in front. Take an inhale, push the floor. Exhale, knee and elbow together. Remember, you're never sinking from your shoulders. Inhale, extend. Exhale, knee and elbow together. And extend. Exhale, knee and elbow together. Inhale, extend. Exhale, bring your left arm to the left and bring your right knee towards the right. Curl your pelvis in, push the floor. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, arm to the left, right leg to the right, push the floor. Inhale, back to center, last one. Exhale, arm to the left, right knee to the right, curl your pelvis, push the floor. Inhale, back to neutral, hand and knee on the floor. Tuck your toes, come into your downward dog. Push the floor away. If you need to pedal your feet because you're tight, please do whatever you need to do. Use your fingertips as much as your knuckles and as much as your wrists, so be careful of simply relying on your wrists. Push the floor, belly in. Try not to collapse on your lower back because it's the easy thing. Really feel that you're trying to lengthen from your fingertips towards your hips and then from your hips towards your heels. Feel free to stay here, or if you fancy having a bit of a stretch, push your left heel towards the floor and lift your right leg up. Engage your glute here. If you want a hip stretch, bend that right knee and see if you can lift your right hip flexor towards the ceiling. Remember, this is optional. You can simply stay on your downward dog. Push the floor in this pose. Don't sink, especially on your right shoulder, especially on your lower back. And bring your foot down if you have it up. If you're still in your downward dog, stay in your downward dog. It's a great stretch. Pretend you're a cat. Push the ground. Inhale, lift your left leg up. And if you want to bend your knee, try to bring your right heel to the floor so you really feel the stretch of that right calf. Engage your left glute. Don't rely on your lower back to hold you here. Push the floor. Remember, you're not sinking on your lower back. You're stretching. An active stretch is like a cat. You really engage to stretch. And bring your foot towards the floor. Gently feel free to bend your knees as much as you need to. Walk towards the front. Keep your feet hip width apart. Take an inhale. Exhale, fold forward. Feel free to grab your elbows if you feel like ragdolling. If you need to bounce, bend your knees. It's not about having your legs straight. Just finding the extension of your back body. Use your toes, so bring your body weight forward instead of towards your heels. Relax your head, heaviest part of your body or one of the heaviest ones, so use their weight. From here, bend your knees, engage your glutes. You're gonna lift yourself up from your glutes, not your lower back. Keep your head super heavy. Squeeze your glutes and very gently start coming up. It all comes from your bum. Don't use your lower back. Your head is the last thing that comes up. Come to the front of your mats. You can have your feet together if that's good for you. If you have any areas of your lumbar part of your body that is tight, keep your feet separate. There's no problem about it. Inhale, lift your arms all the way up towards the ceiling. Exhale, slowly fold all the way down. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Your hands can be on the floor, your hands can be on your calves. Exhale, bring your left foot towards the back, left knee down. Engage your left glute. On the inhale, lift all the way up. Exhale, go slow. Feel what you're doing. Don't just jerk. Go into your plank pose. Exhale, bring your knees, your chest, and your chin towards the floor. Inhale, take a cobra, engage your glutes, engage your legs, and lift your chest up. Exhale, knees on the ground, tuck your toes, go through a downward dog. On your next inhale, your left foot goes all the way up towards the ceiling. Exhale, bring that knee towards your nose, go slow, engage your body. Place the foot on the ground, right knee down. Engage your right glute, inhale to lift, so you're always engaging, not just relying on your joints to hold you. Exhale, hands on the ground, bring your right foot forward. Lengthen your spine. Exhale, you fold. Engage your lower body, inhale to lift, so your glutes, once again, they lift you up. Exhale, once again, your glutes help you fold forward. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, this time is your right knee going backwards, your right knee coming down. Inhale, engage your right glute to lift. Push with your left foot. Exhale, hands on the ground. Move slow, go through your plank pose. Exhale, knees, chest and chin. Keep your elbows close to your body. Inhale, extend, squeeze your bum, extend your chest up. Exhale, from your knees, go backwards. Tuck your toes, come into a downward dog. If you need to move slower than me, move slower than me. Inhale, lift your right leg up towards the ceiling. Remember, don't sink on your lower back, engage your glutes. Exhale, knee to nose, push the ground, place your foot on the ground, knee down. Engage your left glute, push with your right leg, lift, inhale. Exhale, hands on the ground, bring your left foot forward. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to fold. Engage your glutes. Once again, we're coming up. Inhale. Exhale, we fold and we repeat once again. Inhale, lengthen. Remember, you can have your hands on your shins. Exhale, slowly. Left foot goes backwards. See what you need to engage to do this. Left knee down. Squeeze your glute. Inhale, push with your right foot. Exhale, hands on the ground. Move through your plank pose. If you want to, go for chaturanga, but remember it has to be slow. Inhale, if you're ready, you can do an upward dog, or else please stick to your cobra. Exhale, push. Downward dog. Inhale, lift your left foot up. Engage your left glute. Exhale, engage your center, push the floor, place your foot on the ground, right knee down. Engage your right glute, push with your left foot before you lift, very slowly. Exhale, hands on the ground, right foot forward. Take an inhale, exhale to fold. Engage your lower body before you lift. Inhale, remember your glute takes the brunt of the pose, not your lower back. Exhale, fold all the way down. Inhale, you lengthen. Exhale, right foot goes back. Remember, what are you using to bring that foot towards the back? Right knee down. Engage your glute, push with your left foot before you lift. Exhale, hand on the ground. Through your plank pose. Remember, chaturanga is slow, or else bring the knees towards the floor. Inhale, open up, engage your glutes, open your sternum. Exhale, push the ground, come into your downward dog. Inhale, lift your right leg up, squeeze your bum. Exhale, knee to nose, push the floor before you set your foot on the ground, left knee down. Engage your glute, push with your right foot before you lift. Exhale, hands on the ground, bring your left foot forward. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to fold. One last round, engage your glutes, engage your legs. Inhale to lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, left foot goes back. This time leave your left knee off the floor if you can. Engage your glutes, lift all the way up. Exhale, hands on the ground. Through your plank pose, take your choice, either chaturanga. You can always bring your knees and your chest on the floor. Inhale, choose cobra or upward dog. You're still engaging your legs. Exhale, you press back into your downward dog. Inhale, lift that left leg up. Exhale, knee to nose. Place the foot on the floor. Keep your right knee off the floor if you can. Push with your left foot. Engage both legs. Exhale, hands on the ground. Bring your right foot forward. Take an inhale. Exhale, you fold. Last round, engage your glutes. Inhale, lift. Exhale, you fold. Inhale, you lengthen. Exhale, right foot goes back. Try and see if you can keep your right knee off the floor. Push with your left foot. Inhale, engage your glutes, engage your legs. Exhale, hand on the ground. Through your plank pose, take your option. It doesn't matter which one it is. Both are good poses. Inhale, open. Make sure you're engaging your legs regardless of the variation. Exhale, you push the floor all the way back. Last round. Inhale, lift your right leg up. Engage your glutes. Exhale, knee to nose. Push, 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 push before you place it down. Engage your left glute, push with your right foot. Inhale. Exhale, hands on the ground. Bring your left foot forward. Inhale. Exhale to fold. Engage your glutes once again. Inhale to lift. Exhale, hands in prayer. Take one inhale here. Exhale. Off we go. Inhale, lift your both arms up. Exhale, fold all the way down. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, bring that left foot all the way back. Make sure that your feet are hip width apart, not one behind the other. Push with your right foot and come all the way up. We're gonna stay in this pose. Don't worry if you wobble, it's normal. Scissor your legs. So make sure that your left glute is engaged and your left hip wants to go forward, but your left heel wants to go down. Your right hip wants to go backwards. Belly in. Don't collapse on this pose. Lift it up. They are connected. Everything wants to go up. Feel as if someone was pulling you up towards the ceiling. Off we go. We can do this. Breathe. Nice and slow. Try to steady your breath. 4, 3. 4, 4. 4, 5. Very gently, you're gonna open up your body to the side. Bring both feet out. This is called horse dance. Make sure that your bum is in, so you're not pushing it out behind you. Knees want to push out as well. So if you cannot do this very low, it doesn't matter. Come quite high up. Totally nice, totally fine. Lengthen from your tailbone. Place your hands in prayer. Breathe. Really feel the heat coming up into your body. Don't let go from the center. Engage the whole lower part of your body. Breathe. Try to steady your breath, especially if your heartbeats are starting to go slightly quicker. Again, like moving in a can of condensed milk. Same as in the beginning. Inhale, lift your arms up. Exhale, interlace your fingers and press. Again, your bum is still engaged. Take an inhale. Inhale, keep your knees bent. Exhale, sink your chest in and really fold. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, release. Really feel that you have to engage your lower body to do this. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, interlace and push. Inhale, exhale, fold. Really sink your chest. It's not about how low you go, it's about the extension of your back. Inhale to lift. Exhale, release. Once again, inhale to lift. Exhale, push your palms up. Take an inhale, exhale, sink your chest in and fold. Inhale. Exhale, release. Bring your palms again, your thighs. You can open your legs wider if you need to. Take an inhale, exhale, press against your left thigh. Extend your left elbow if you can and look up towards the ceiling. A little twist. You're still trying to engage your glutes, so don't let go. Inhale through the center. Exhale, press against your right leg. Look towards your left shoulder or above. Inhale through the center. Exhale, press your left leg. Your glutes are still engaged, so don't push your bum backwards. Inhale through the center. Exhale, press your right leg. Inhale through the center. This time we stay a little bit longer. Exhale, push. You can go as deep as you want to. If you feel like moving from side to side because that feels good, off you go. Make sure that you're not collapsing. Your center is still engaged. Your glutes are still with you. Inhale, other side, push. Check what you're engaging, what you're letting go of. Inhale, you're going to extend both legs. Come up, bring your feet parallel with each other, hands on your hips. Exhale, fold all the way down. Feel free to grab any part of your leg if you would like to pull yourself further forward. Grab your toes if that's part of your practice, or else you can simply grab your elbows and allow the weight of your head and your torso to bring you down. Any variation of those that you like. If your knees are bent, your knees are bent. There's no issues whatsoever. Push with the outside edge of your feet against the floor so that arch raises up and your inner thigh can help you as well. Bring your body weight forward. Your toes are super strong if you allow them to be so. Off you go. Make sure that you're breathing. Let go of your head. Don't look forward. Try to look through. Or up if you want to through your legs, if you can do that. Breathe. 3. Remember that your breath is slow and steady. Try not to go with your heartbeat. Try to bring your heartbeat to your breath. Inhale, hands on your hips, engaging your glutes. Push the floor away with your legs so you can really engage your lower body before coming up. Bring your right foot to look forward. You're going to bend your right leg. Make sure that your left foot is quite far away from you. Push the outside edge of your foot against the floor. Knee has to look forward, not inwards. Place your right elbow against your thigh. Extend your left arm. See if you can look up towards the ceiling. For those who practice this pose quite a lot, feel free to place your hand further down the line on the floor. Binders combined. Use a block on the inside if you can as well. If this pose is still too much for you, please bring your left knee on the floor. Your left foot goes behind you so you can open your hips towards me and then you can lean and extend. So choose any variation that's suitable for you today. Squeeze your bum, push your pelvis forward and try to spiral your chest up towards the ceiling, regardless of which variation you're taking. If you're in it, stay, try to stay. Try to avoid collapsing on your thigh. You're pressing out. This part of your body Your right side of your waist is engaged, it's not collapsed. Hold it. Yes, it's slow and steady. Breathe. Regardless of the variation, be mindful how you move. You're going to bring your hands to the floor. So inhale, start moving your body. Place your hands on the ground. Bring your left knee down. Extend your right foot. Flex it if you can and fold forward. Your target area is the back of your right leg. You have to feel it there. It doesn't matter if your knee's bent whatsoever. As long as you feel it on your hamstring, it's all good. Try to flex your foot and be aware of how you flex it. If it's sickled, so your right big toe is closer than your little toe, try to avert your feet so that all strands of your hamstrings are getting the extension and not just one. Fold as much as you can or as little as you fancy. There's no right or wrong in this pose or in any pose. Breathe. Again, make it slow and steady, the breath. Inhale a long time, a little bit longer. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. And exhale. We're going forward, so inhale slowly. Bring your foot on the floor. If you need to double up your mat or bring anything under your knee, please do so. You're simply going to press against your thigh, engage your glute, and try to bring your body weight forward and then up. So it helps looking up towards the ceiling. Those that have a deeper practice, feel free to take any other variation that you like. Again, engage your glute, don't collapse. This pose is far easier if you do it like this. Don't lift. Everything wants to go up towards the ceiling. See if you can find the space in front here so your belly is not collapsing on your right thigh. Again, if you feel like wobbling, place a hand on a wall, place a hand on a chair. Anything that will support you, all fine. Make sure that you're breathing. Nice and steady. 4. 5. We're gonna stretch your hips. So very gently, inhale, come forward and place your hands on the inside of your right foot. If you need to place something higher, even a chair, it doesn't matter, place it here. If you want to go deeper, you can start bending your elbows, coming forward. If you have the opening of the hip, as I'm going to show you, try it. See if you can move your right foot to the outside edge of it. Allow the knee to collapse to the side. If that's enough, you stay. If you want a bit of a twist, place your right hand on the inside of your thigh and push your leg away whilst lifting your chest to the ceiling. Again, it's the option that makes you happy, not the pose that seems the hardest. Remember that you have to hold it for quite a bit of time, so only do the pose that you can. Breathe, and there's no right or wrong. Remember that you can also be just here. Engage your left glute and try to push that left hip flexor forward. Very gently, especially if you have your hand against your thigh, slowly come back to the center. Frame your right foot, tuck your left toes, and you're going to bring your left foot all the way forward. Take an inhale. Exhale to fold. Inhale, engaging your glutes. Once again, come all the way back up. Exhale, hands in prayer. Stay exactly where you are. I'm just going to go to the other side of the mat so you can see me and not look at my bump throughout the whole thing. Off we go to the other side. So inhale, lift your arms all the way up. Exhale, you're going to fold. Inhale to lengthen. So this time is your right foot that goes all the way up. Go slow, engage your glute, push with your left leg. Check what muscles you need to engage to come here, and try not to simply jerk into the pose. Lift your arms up. Again, feel engaging your right glute, pushing your right hip flexor forward, scissoring your legs. So your hip wants to go forward, but your right heel wants to go down. Your left hip flexor wants to remain as open as you can. Belly in, and then it lifts all the way up towards the ceiling. Breathe. Yes, it's a tiring pose. Push with your big toes against the floor. Make sure your inner thighs are helping you here. Breathe. Again, make your breath as steady and as slow as you can. We're going to open up into that horse dance. So inhale slowly through the center. Engage your glutes already before you open up. Toes to the outside. Hands in prayer. Once again, you can come higher up if you feel that you cannot hold this pose unless you push your bum behind you. Lengthen your tailbone, shoulders down. Push your knees towards the back. If you want some more juice because you're desperate, you can lift your heels off the floor or else just keep them down. Again, make sure that your glutes are active, regardless of the variation. Breathe. If your heels are off the floor, bring your heels down. We're going to do the stretch after this. So place your hands on your thighs. I'm going to show you a different variation of this in case you want to do it. So variation 1, you inhale and exhale. You press against your left thigh and you look up towards the ceiling once again. And now we're going to stay here for the whole count. If you would like a different variation, open your legs slightly wider. You don't have to do this. It's only if you want a different variation. Come all the way down to the floor. Place your right hand either on the ground in front of you so you have some stability, or else on your right leg. Please don't place it on your right knee, never on the knee. And then you can press your left thigh away if you fancy. Breathe. Remember, I'm just showing you a variation. You don't have to do this. You can stay on the other one where you're pressing and twisting towards the ceiling. Regarding of which one you're taking, make sure that the center of your body is not collapsing. So again, don't let go of the front. You're always engaging from the front. Breathe. And definitely your hand can be anywhere you need to for balance. Slowly, once again, engage your glutes. Check what you're using to go into the other side. So either you're simply pressing against your right thigh and twisting, or you're still pressing against your right thigh by bringing your body down. Again, your left hand can be on the floor. Your left hand can go on your leg. Oops, losing balance like me. Breathe. Push against your right thigh, open your hip, but always engage your glutes, engage your legs. So if you can see, my foot is flexed. I'm engaging on my left quadricep so that not everything is relying on my glutes or on my back. Breathe. Sometimes holding poses is harder than moving from one pose to the other, so hold. Gently inhale, come back through the center. Once again, you're going to straighten your legs, bring your feet parallel with each other. You can bring them slightly closer if you need to. Inhale, open up your arms. Exhale, interlace your hands behind you. Inhale, squeeze those shoulders. Exhale, engage your legs and your glutes before you fall forward. If you find that you need to move from side to side here, please do. If this pose is something that your body doesn't want to do, please take any other of the other folds that I showed beforehand. So feel free to simply grab your elbows, grab your legs, bend your knees. You can always do a fold with bent knees. Don't feel that you have to do a variation that is not suitable for your body. So you can be simply here, 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 or grabbing and interlacing your fingers behind you. Remember that your knees can also be bent if you need to. Breathe. So your legs are nice and engaged. Inhale, come all the way up. Release your hands. Turn your left toes to look forward and bend your left leg. Again, try to push your right foot further away from you so you are lunging. Push with the outside edge of that right foot. Make sure that your left knee is treading forward on top of your little toe. Variation 1, place your left elbow against your left thigh. Extend your right arm towards your ear and see if you can look up towards the ceiling. Your glutes are engaged. You're trying to push that left knee towards the back, your pelvis towards the front. If this is something that you don't want to do, remember that the variation is to bring the knee on the floor, toes behind you, and then pressing the pelvis forward. You're doing exactly the same pose but with the knee on the floor. For those who want to, or rather have the hand on the floor, the hand on a block, or even in a bind, because that's how you take it, do so. But remember, hold the pose. Regardless of the variation, don't collapse on your left side. So always think that this elbow or this hand doesn't exist, as if you were trying to hold the pose without your elbow. So this left side has to lift and has to lengthen. Breathe. The more you can lift that right arch off the floor, the more you're gonna feel that your right leg is helping you from the insides, because your right inner thigh will be working. Breathe. Smile, it helps. On your next inhale, slowly, remember, move slowly, place the hands on the floor, bring your right knee on the ground. Feel free to place something under your knee if you need to. Extend your left leg. Flex your foot if you can to give your ankle a bit of a stretch, even if your knee is bent. Push your hips backwards, especially the left one, and bring your torso forward. Breathe. Again, don't worry if you need to bend your knee. Don't worry if you're here. If you need anything else to support you, place a chair. You can do this pose with the chair in front of you. It's totally fine. Again, check your foot once you're flexing it. Avert it. Your big toe is on the same line as the little one. Don't sickle your foot. Avert is much harder on the hamstring, but you're going to be far better off if you do so. Breathe. Remember, especially on these poses, breathe. Your target area is the back of your left leg. Double up under your mat if you need to. Scissor your legs, keep yourself nice and square. Engage your right bum cheek. Push from the left leg. If you're taking any other variation, please do so. Try not to collapse here. So you're, again, trying to find that space in front of your left hip flexor so that everything is lifting up instead of collapsing forward. Find the stretch of that right side. If you're taking any deeper variations of this pose, please be mindful, and again, make sure that you're breathing and not holding your breath. Breathe. Very slowly, once again, inhale, bring your chest forward, and you're gonna place both hands on the inside of your left foot. If that means that you need to place something in order to be higher up, please do. Make sure that your right knee is not too close to your left, so you're not here, there's space. Engage your right glute and push your right hip flexor forward. If you have more space, feel free to come onto your elbows, again, even if your elbows have to be on top of something higher. If you want to take the third variation, allow that left foot to collapse towards the side. Either stay here with your hands on the floor or with your elbows on the floor, or else you can push left hand on the inside of your left thigh, not the knee, try to keep it on the thigh, palm out, press against it, and try to lift your chest towards the ceiling. Again, make sure that your right glute is engaged, your right hamstring pressing forward. Push the floor with your right hand. Breathe. If at any point you feel that you've gone too far, please take any of the other variations. Go back. Remember that pain is a warning. If it's just stretching pain and it's okay, yay. If it's, oh dear, I'm going to pop my hip socket, please come back to the other pose. Breathe. And when you're ready, very slowly come into the center. Tuck your right toes. You're going to bring your right foot towards the front. Keep them hip-width apart, please. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to fold. Engage your glutes. Inhale, lift your arms all the way up. And now bend your knees and come into chair pose with your feet separate. Make sure that your knees never come towards each other. So they are, in my case, the same distance as my hips. Even if I'm going down, they don't come in. Make sure that you're engaging your inner thighs to keep them right in the same line. Lengthen your tailbone. It's very, very tempting in this pose to go like this. Don't. Lengthen it down. Feel that you're engaging from the front. Sink your chest in so that your arms can go by the side of your ears if you can. How low you can go in this pose will depend on how open your ankles are. So don't worry. Breathe. As long as you're breathing, we're all good. Don't worry, I'm not going to hold you here for that much longer. Let's just have a little bit of fun. Don't worry, you can use your hands in this. Feel free to use your hands. Bring your hands in prayer. You really need to engage your glutes and your quadriceps here. Lift your heels off the floor and start bringing your bum closer to your heels. It's okay to fall. Just laugh it out. We all fall down. It's fine. Slow. You're still lengthening your lower back. Don't start arching just because you're coming down. Shoulders away from your ears. And very slowly sit down. Bring your legs up. Feel free to grab the back of your legs. This is just to engage your center a little bit more. If you need to stay here, you stay here. If doing up and down, which is what I'm going to be doing, I swear, is the last part of the practice that is terrible. You can also place your hands behind you, so you can always do this. Don't worry, we're not going to do it for that long. Inhale. Exhale, smile, it always helps. Inhale, open up, engage your center. Don't allow yourself to arch. You can keep your knees bent. You can have your hands behind you. And come back. Everything comes from your center. Inhale, open up. Exhale, come up. It's much harder if you go slow. Inhale, open. And come back up. And open. Don't worry, we're not doing it for that long. Use your hands if you need to. And come back up. You can always grab the back of your knees. And go back down. and come back up. Place your toes on the floor, not too close to you. Believe me, it's harder if they're closer to you. Pretend you have a beach ball that is super heavy in front of you. Sink your chest in and you're going to try to come down as slowly as you can. Fight it. Curl your pelvis in. Off you go for 8, for 7, for 6, for 5. So this is the harder, tricky part. Really, really curl, curl, curl for 4, for 3, for 2, and come down. Bring your feet close to your bum. Push the floor with your heels and with your toes. And then you're gonna curl your pelvis all the way up. Before you do anything funky, drag your heels and your toes towards your bum. You should feel that your glutes and your hamstrings fire up. Keep that feeling that you're engaging your legs and your lower body. If you also push your big toes against the floor, you're going to feel that your inner thigh fires. The more engaged you have your lower body, the more the front can open. You can have your hands by the side of your body. Feel free to squeeze your shoulders by interlacing your fingers or even releasing your hands behind you. For those who would like to take a wheel, what people know as a back bend, please feel free to place your hands by the side of your ears and go up, or else stay where you are. Remember, don't rely on your lower back to take this pose. It's too much. Engage your lower body so that the front can open. Engage your back and your shoulder blades so that the front can open. Breathe. And you're going to be doing the opposite as what you did in the beginning. You're going to curl from the top towards the bottom. Your bum is the last thing that reaches the floor and therefore has to remain engaged throughout the whole way down. Once you're down, you can move your knees from side to side. Once more, push your toes and your heels against the floor. Big toes nice and grounded. Lift from your bum up. Any variation that you like. If you're ready for a wheel, place your hands by the side of your head. If you need to place your head beforehand on the floor before coming up, you can always stay here. Again, I'm still engaging from my legs. If you're pushing up, push up. Remember that you have to hold it here, so make sure that your legs are helping you. If you have tight shoulders, it's easier if your palms are slightly looking out. It will give you a bit more space on the shoulders. If this is not you, remember, it's not about which pose you do. It's about what suits you. So if you're here, you're here. And you're still breathing. And very gently, you're going to be coming all the way down. Don't bring your knees into your chest, just move your knees from side to side, like wind wipers. Last round, if it's the last thing you want to do is another chest opener, just stay on the floor. You can bring your knees towards the back like a butterfly and just hold it here for the last round. If you're going up, choose which pose you want to do and go up. If you've never tried a variation, you're like, oh, I wonder what this pose feels like with my arms about my head. Try it. Regardless, engage your legs, engage your hamstrings. The more engaged you have your back, the safer it is to open the front. And make sure that you're breathing as steady as you can, especially if you're doing wheel. Make sure that your breath is with you. And again, opposite way around, sinking your chest first, allowing your spine to curl down. Your bum is the last thing that touches the floor. This time, you can bring your knees into your chest. Feel free to rock, feel free to bring your forehead onto your knees. Feel free to open your legs wide, anything that helps you. And give yourself a little bit of a rock. And come onto the front. Extend your legs and you simply fold. If you want to take the yin approach of this pose, relax. Round your spine, relax your toes, allow your knees to bend. All of your body weight comes down. Gravity is very, very useful, so just let it do its thing. If you fancy taking a more active approach, grab your feet, grab your ankles. If you have a belt, place it around your feet and you can pull forward. Same as before, try to avert your feet. Try not to sickle them in. If you can, belly in and find the space to lengthen your spine instead of rounding it in. Only and only if you're taking the active approach. If you're going for a yin style, remember you can round as much as you fancy. Breathe. We're winding down all the way now. Try to focus your attention on your breath and what your body is doing in this pose, because these poses are very tempting to start looking at your toenails. Don't. Lengthen up. And very gently come up. Bring your right foot and place the sole of your right foot against your left inner thigh. If this is too much on your knee or your hip, you can either place something, a block or a pillow or something, to make it higher so you don't have to engage in order to hold the pose. If it's the knee and this doesn't help, feel free to place your foot further down, and again, try to prop it up so you're not engaging to hold. I want you to feel the fold more. So on your next inhale, regardless of where your leg is, lengthen out your body and exhale, fold. Same as before, if you're taking a more yin approach, you just collapse. It doesn't matter what your left knee is doing or what your foot is doing. If you're actively seeking the pose, lengthen. Try to keep your chest on top of your leg instead of on the inside. Breathe. Very slowly, remember you move slowly with your breath. Inhale to lift. Bring that right foot and place it on the outside of your left leg. It doesn't matter how close you have it to your hip, you can bring it further down. Place your right hand behind you. Inhale to lift your left arm. Again, from your center, lift and then spiral out for your twist. You can have your left hand wherever you fancy. You can hug the knee. You can press against it. Some people will bind. Remember that if you're binding, try to hold it instead of fidget in between two poses. If you're not binding, your right hand is on the floor. Push against the ground so that you're lengthening and engaging from your right lat, and then you press to twist. Breathe. You don't have to go to the extreme of the pose. A twist is a twist, so if you don't find it that you want to go and can hold it there, there's no point. Hold it where you can, where it's comfortable. Breathe. gently inhale to come back. Bend that right foot and place it on top of your left leg with your right foot or ankle in a 90-degree angle. Bend your left leg. Now, this will depend on you. Some people, if you bend it here and you push your chest forward, that is enough. Some will have to bend that knee far further forward and then open up. Make sure that you're pushing your chest towards your foot and not sinking in. If this is not enough, you thread your right hand through that little tiny triangle in between both legs. Thread it through, grab either your thigh or your knee, it'll depend on where you can go. You go all the way onto your back and you pull that leg towards you. It's very important that your neck is nice and relaxed, so if you cannot do this pose unless you're here, place a block or a pillow under your head so that you can relax your head. The only thing that is working in this pose are your biceps. The rest, you're allowing it to relax, especially your hip. Try to relax your hip. Gently, you're going to release your leg, help yourself with your hands, bring your chin towards your chest, engage your center before coming back up. And then we do the other side. So extend your right leg, bring the left one either into your inner thigh or further down the line if you need to. Again, use as many blocks or as many props as you need to. You can also, I forgot to mention, you can also sit on a pillow if this pose is particularly tricky. Inhale to lift your chest up and exhale to fold. Again, you can take the yin approach of this practice, simply collapsing forward, or else you can grab a belt or a rope or anything that you may have to pull, a towel. Flex your foot if you're taking the active approach. Make sure that you're not sickling the foot. Avert it as much as you can. Belly in and try to fold on top of the leg instead of on the inside. Focus on your breath. If this sort of poses make you anxious or desperate, focus on the breath, how it goes in and how it goes out. Very gently, inhale, lift. We're going to twist to the opposite direction, so your left foot comes to the outside of your right leg. Sit on a block if you need to be slightly higher, or 2 blocks. Again, don't worry about where this leg is, can be further down if you need to. Left hand behind you. Inhale to lift your right side to lengthen it. Exhale, find your twist. You can hug the knee, you can press. Check your left shoulder, push with your left hand. You're engaging this left lat in order to lift your body and spiral out in order to twist. Be careful on your twist that you're not playing the exorcist and it's just your neck going rounds in a 360. If it's possible for you, flex that right foot, keep it engaged. Breathe, sitting bones on the floor. very gently come to the center for your hip stretch. Place your foot on a 90-degree angle on top of your right knee. Flex your right foot, it's important for your knee. And start bending that right foot and see where you're at. If you're here, make sure that you're pushing the floor so you're nice and tall. Or else, if you want to go onto your back, thread your left hand into that little triangle in between both legs. Go all the way towards the back. Grab your thigh or grab your knee, and then you pull. Once again, place your head on something if you cannot bring your head on the ground. Pull your leg in and see if you can relax everything else in your body. And very gently, if you have the knee, release the leg. Place your hands by the side of your body, chin towards your chest, engage your center, and then come up. For your last pose, it's totally up to you what you would like to do. I'm going to finish with a twist, but if you have an ongoing practice and you rather finish with a shoulder stand, feel free to go onto your backs. Raise your legs up towards the ceiling as a starting pose, and then you can go into plow and then coming all the way down. If you would like to do an inversion, feel free to go for a headstand, or else you come with me for a twist. So bring your hips slightly towards the left, knees up, and bring your knees, I have to be careful with this, and you're going to bring your knees all the way towards the right. Extend your left arm away from you and look towards that left arm. You can place your right hand on top of your left knee. If you fancy and you need a little bit more, you can cross your leg on top. Or if you have access to it, you can double cross them with your foot hooked under your right leg. And you stay. If you're taking any other variation, breathe through it. If you can hold the pose with me, even if you're not doing the same pose as me, try. Or else you go at your own pace. Make sure that the breath is slow and steady. If you would like to stay here for longer, please stay here for longer. Or else, uncross your legs if you have them crossed, engage the center, bring your legs to the center. Again, move your hips towards the right this time so you have space. Bring your knees up, allow them to drop away from your right arm that extends. Gaze towards the right, and again, cross or double cross your legs if that's you today. Feel free to close your eyes. If you're staying here for longer, please stay, or else uncross your legs and very gently come into Shavasana, corpse pose. If you're coming from a different pose, from a shoulder stand or from inversion, take your time, don't rush. Relax on the floor.